The COVID death hoax. In 2020, American fugitive Nicholas Rossi, wanted in the U.S., tried to pull off a bizarre escape. He announced online that he had died of COVID-19, even posting memorials to convince friends and family. In reality, he was hiding in Scotland, using the name Arthur Knight and speaking in a fake British accent. He claimed he was gravely ill, in a wheelchair, even on a ventilator. But when police found him, they compared his tattoos, fingerprints, and photos, a perfect match. His accent slipped, and doctors said he was exaggerating his health problems. By 2023, instead of being buried, Rossi was on a plane back to the U.S. As of 2025, he's in a Utah prison, awaiting trial for 2 charges: the canoe man who came back. In March 2002, former prison officer John Darwin paddled out into the North Sea near Hartlepool, UK, and vanished. His broken canoe washed ashore, and everyone assumed he drowned. But in reality, John had staged his own death to escape massive debts and claim life insurance. For years, he secretly lived in a hidden room in his own house, slipping through a back door while his wife and pretended to be a grieving widow. In 2006, they even moved to Panama under fake identities. But trouble struck when a real estate photo of them smiling in Panama popped up online, discovered by UK investigators. Both were arrested in 2007, charged with fraud, and jailed. The Parachute Fugitive. In January 2009, financial advisor Marcus Schrinker was drowning in trouble, lawsuits, fraud investigations, and millions in losses. Facing prison, he hatched a bizarre escape plan. Flying his small plane from Indiana to Florida, Schrinker radioed a distress call, claiming his windshield had imploded and he was injured. Mid-flight, he put the aircraft on autopilot, opened the door, and parachuted out over Alabama at night. The plane, now unmanned, kept flying until it crashed in a swamp in Florida. Authorities found the cockpit empty, no body, no blood. He was hiding in a tent at a Florida campground, bleeding from a botched landing. Police tracked him through credit card activity. He was arrested, sentenced to 14 years for fraud, and became infamous as the man who tried to vanish by literally bailing out of his own plane. Man vanished from sea. In 2012 in New York, a 47-year-old Raymond Roth went missing. His son calls police, saying Roth vanished while swimming at Jones Beach. Search teams scour the water, but there's no body. In fact, Roth was alive, hiding in Florida. He'd faked his drowning to collect a $410,000 life insurance payout for his family. Police caught him when suspicious emails between him and his son surfaced, talking about laying low and planning his return. The plan unraveled completely when Roth's wife found out and alerted authorities. Instead of a death certificate, Roth got arrest warrants. He was later charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy. Man who watched his own funeral. Timothy Dexter, born in 1747 in Massachusetts, is often called America's first eccentric millionaire. He had almost no formal education and started as a poor farmhand, but he married a wealthy widow and used her money to start trading. He had a habit of throwing strange parties, commissioning statues of himself. But he was obsessed with one question: who truly loves me, and what people thought of me. To find out, he faked his own death. He staged the whole thing: coffin, funeral, and mourners. He even hid to watch who cried, and told his family to act devastated. About 3,000 people showed up, many out of curiosity as much as grief. Some cried while others whispered about his strange life. Dexter was hiding nearby, secretly watching the whole thing. But then came the moment that ruined his satisfaction. He saw his wife wasn't grieving enough. Dexter stormed out of hiding and publicly scolded her at his own funeral. Dexter's story is still remembered as one of the most ridiculous fake deaths in history, all for ego, not escape. Suicide is painless. Samuel Israel III was a New York hedge fund manager and founder of the Bayou Hedge Fund Group. On June 9, 2008, He was supposed to report to prison for a 20-year sentence over a $450 million hedge fund fraud. But instead, his SUV was found abandoned on the Bear Mountain Bridge in New York. On the hood, someone had written "Suicide is painless, dust." His keys were left inside, and it looked like he had jumped into the Hudson River. Police launched a massive search, thinking it was a suicide. But investigators soon grew suspicious. There was no body, no witnesses, and the dust writing looked staged. In fact, Israel had planned the fake death for months, with help from his girlfriend, Deborah Ryan, who drove him away after ditching the car. For 3 weeks, he hid in a small RV park, avoiding capture. But the stress and national manhunt became too much. On July 2, 2008, he surrendered. The judge gave him an extra 2 years in prison, making his total 22. If you liked this, subscribe for similar ones and comment to suggest more.